Hi, I'm Ivy Low, International Candidate Manager at Robert Walters Singapore. I'm your host for this special Balik Kampung Kopitiam Chat, where we spotlight overseas Singaporeans who made successful career moves back home. Today, it is my pleasure to have Irvine Yeo join us. Welcome, Irvine, and thank you for making time for us today.
Thank you, Ivy. It's my pleasure.
For listeners who might not know Irvine is well versed in technology and management across different industries and regions. In his last 4 years, prior to moving back to Singapore, Irvine was based in San Francisco, followed by New York City. Now, Irvine, you had an exciting career in San Francisco and New York City. What made you balik kampung to Singapore?
Thank you for the kind words, Ivy. From the beginning, I had a clear understanding that Singapore was my long-term plan, whether it be for my career or family. After achieving my work and personal objectives in the US, I can say that my heart is full, and I'm contented and thankful for this adventure. And I was ready to embark on life's next journey, which is to return to Singapore to settle down. In addition, Singapore is an affordable place with low income taxes and offers delicious and reasonably priced food.
Now, it's always nice to be able to eat yummy food that we grew up with. But the main reason shared by many overseas Singaporeans looking to move back is their family. And in your case, it is to start one. So, congratulations. We all know that the decision to move back home after spending years abroad is very challenging. What concerns did you have about redeveloping your career back home?
In my opinion, I had to let go of a valuable and meaningful opportunity. Thus, my primary concern was to secure a suitable role that would enable me to capitalize on the skill and experience I've acquired, particularly over the last few years. Additionally, I have some reservations about the relevance of my experience since it was primarily focused on the Americas, meaning the region, the people, and the culture. I wondered whether this would be less advantageous compared to having Singapore or Asia-based experience. And of course, compensation was a consideration since it is common for individuals to experience a significant reduction in pay when relocating back from the US.
Yeah, these are legitimate concerns shared by numerous overseas Singaporeans, especially when they feel that they've lost touch with the Singapore job market. So you must be relieved to find out that companies here appreciate your tech skills and international exposure. Also, compensation is a big thing. Overseas Singaporeans will always wonder if companies in Singapore can match their expectations or their last compensation. And for overseas Singaporeans who are moving back with family members, they will also wonder if their spouses will be able to secure a job quickly or if their children will be able to adapt to the new environment and education system. So, with your initial concerns, how did things work out? Were there any unexpected roadblocks?
Fortunately for me, during that time, the job market was flourishing, which provided me with numerous options to choose from. Additionally, since I don't have any pressing deadline to obtain a visa, I was able to take my time and explore all the possibilities.
That's truly great news. I have to say it's pretty noteworthy that you managed to firm up, your role within just 6 months. Truth is, in general, it can be challenging for senior candidates to secure a role that interests them and match their desired compensation quickly. I remember reaching out to you when I saw your change, the change in your LinkedIn status. That is my job, right? Networking with overseas Singaporean candidates and always being on the lookout for the ones who are ready to move home. Having gone through the process, how did you personally feel about the Balik Kampung campaign? I hope we helped you in your career transition back home.
Yep, of course. I think the Balik Kampung is a highly valuable program designed for overseas Singaporean, and its team member Ivy, Faiz, and Baraf consistently demonstrate professionalism, friendliness, and timeliness in their engagement with me. One of the strengths of the program is the team collaborative approach with which involved activating multiple consultants to assist in finding suitable roles for me. Additionally, Balik Kampung prepares me for interviews by providing relevant information about the hiring company and department, even the interviewer as well, emphasizing important factors for the employers and highlighting my strength as appropriate. And finally, the program's sincerity in fostering genuine, ongoing relationship with me is noteworthy. Paraf and Ivy continue to check in with me and schedule meals together, emphasizing the long-term and personal nature of their commitment to my well-being.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Irvine. Well, I find that when partnering overseas-based Singaporeans in their career search, because they're so far away from home, it is important to constantly engage them, keep them updated on the progress, and provide necessary advice. In your case, Irvine, as you mentioned, you were supported by a team of specialist recruiters who took the time to know you, your personality and career goals, and afterwards, work as a team to market you to suitable top companies that you would thrive in. So I'm truly happy that you enjoyed the process as well. As we come to the end of our session, Irvine, have you got any tips for Singaporeans who are thinking of moving back home? Any specific advice for those who are based in New York or the US in general?
Yeah, I think importantly is to continue upskilling yourself regularly. The job market and technology changes very rapidly. And also begin your job search early and attend interviews even for roles that may not initially seem appealing. This helps you to gain a better understanding of the job market and allows you to brush up your interview skills. And specific to New York, San Francisco, I think it's important to plan in advance, especially if you need to ship items back. This process can take several months, so it's important to start early and consider opting for a flat rate for shipping instead of paying by weight, as the cost can add up quickly, like in my case. And if possible, arrange for the shipping container to be sent to your home so that they can load the items directly, which reduces the risk of theft.
That's great advice, Irvine. The logistic bit is especially interesting to me, and it's very practical information, which I feel you would only know if you have gone through the process. So thank you again, Irvine. We've come to the end of our Balik Kampung Kopitiam Chat. It was really good to hear how achieving your career and personal goals in San Francisco and New York, you wanted to embark on your next life stage back home in Singapore. And despite your initial worries about whether you could find a role that matches your skill sets, your regional experience, and your expected compensation, the Balik Kampung campaign brought together a team of dedicated specialist recruiters to help you find and secure the best role. I'm sure other overseas Singaporeans will also appreciate your insights and tips on moving back home.
Thank you, Ivy.
No problem, Irvine. And thank you once again. Take care. To our listeners, feel free to explore our Balik Kampung campaign and reach out to me to find out more.